よし。えーっと。なんか鍵を手に入れたんだよな。これか。アポロの聖堂ってでもどこ？マレオラス。あ、マレオラスを選挙から降ろさないといけないのか。センティラ。リビア。リビアって誰だっけ？ミコ。あれ、ミコの人この辺にいたよな。どこ行った？あれ、どっか行っちゃったな。どうしよう。これはあれか。こっちも行けるな。ああ、浴場か、ここ。違うか？誰？誰だっけ？
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
ああ、もうこれ全部聞いてるな。
Whatever.
待って、また字幕サイズが戻ってる気がする。こっちはなんだっけ？あ、ここナエビアがいたとこか。私を見つけて。ここはなんだ？あ、なんか入れんな。つい最近誰かここを通ったようだ。なんか急にロード入る。お？降りられないか。うわ、なんだここ。 あ、誰かいる。
Ah, a visitor. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
そちらが先
It
だ。
is best you do not know my name, for merely to speak of my existence in the city above could bring destruction on you all. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
たまたま
Then
です。
perhaps the fates brought you here to learn the secrets of this place. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the
いや、
golden rule?
突き止めてないな。
You have much to learn. It's best if you figure it out on your
ここに
own.
来るの早すぎ
Come
たの
back
か。
once you've made progress.
あなたに教えて
Then
ほ
you
しい。
should speak with your contemporaries in the city above. Ask
また
them
共
about
通
their
点見つけろ
stories
か。
and see if you detect a pattern of some sort. It is best if you come to this realization for yourself. You would never believe me if I told you.
オッケー。ここは今来てもしょうがないのかな。ん？どこここ。戻ってるこれ。戻ってるかな？この場所は覚えておこう。あ、この奥も結局行ってないな。彼女が導く。あ、ここなんかあれじゃない？過去にワープする前に通った場所じゃないか、ここ。浴場か、ここは。広、綺麗。なんか殺し屋の人こっから入ってきたっぽいんだよな。誰か浴場に穴が開いてるとかなんとか言ってたな。ん？わからんな。なんかヒントがないと無理かな。現状じゃわからないな。なんか仕掛けがあるんだろうな。ちょくちょくマップのロード入るな。あと行ってないとこ。あ、ミコさんここにいたんか。
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
簡潔に聞きましょ
I
うか。
suppose so. Jupiter and Mercury put a town to the test by disguising themselves as vagrants and asking for shelter there. Everyone turned them away and failed that test, except for an old couple named Baucis and Philemon, and so the gods gave them time to escape and granted them a wish, and then wiped that town off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
あるいはおそらく神々の試練に失敗した瞬間、彼らは命を奪う。そして彼らはその規則が一体何なのかを伝える必要すらないんだ。どういうこと？
I'm pleased to hear it. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure the procedures are followed.
つまりこいつを買収すれば選挙勝てんじゃないの？
All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course. Well, you're not a citizen yet, so no, I'm afraid not. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election. By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course. You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination. As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk. But I suppose I could hold
Don't you
it
just love
sooner,
springtime?
if there's a good reason. Yes. I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll get things started right away.
あ、選挙始まっちゃうの？どうしよう。誰？
Hello? My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up. I don't know.
お宝を探してた。
I think it's just because I was looking for treasure. No! I would never! I'm good!
いい人は自分でいい人って言わないんだよ。
They said I did it more than once. But I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy. Yes. They said I have to live here now and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
デュリーの不法侵入を防ぐ目的。あ、長い。ハンニバル。あ、シスターンって立ち入り禁じられてるんだ。はあ。 次のページどうやっていくんだ。これ1ページだけか。
What does it say? My treasure! My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius. And Ek.
ガレリウスって誰だ？
She's a nice lady.
鍵を預けてくれよ。
Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot.
相談してみよう。
already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what. Like Galerius.
あ、
He's
ガ
nice.
レリウス。
I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate, he can get me out of
新しい
here,
立候補者
and
を
I can
出す
give
の
you
か。
the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious.
やってみるか。
Bye-bye.
なんだなんか喋ってんの。なんだどこでやってんのこの会話。どこだ。何？
shall suffer
なんで
of the one.
何が起こったんだ。選挙早めたのが失敗だったのか。原因がわからん。
Salve, friend.
その会話はした。なんだ急ぎでやってほしいことがある。あ、弓持ってる状態なの。
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
フォビアが使われていない星群に避難するのやめてほしい。
All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
殺し屋の下りをや
I'll
って
go,
くれるってこ
but
とか。
once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
頼んだぞ。あ、ガレリウスってこいつか。あいつを立候補者にしないといけないってこと？
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but The moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before. A certain learning and sophistication.
あれ、こいつに冷たくしちゃったんだよな。
Ugh, coming on a bit strong, don't you think?
いや、何嘘でしょ。
I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever
女
happened,
心って
so we can
難
at
しい
least do
な。
business. So, what brings you to my tavern? I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. As the saying goes, to drink is human, so we drink. All right, see ya.
選択肢間違えたかな。
Cerberus lifts his triple head
お
and
ば
lets
あ
out his
ちゃんは
threefold
な、
braying.
すべてはあなた次第。
Would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You scare away my
この辺他にも誰かいんのかな。
Follow their traits, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
お
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
どこだここ。なんかありそうだけど。なんか入れないか、そこ。あ、気のせいだった。あ、あそこなんかあるぞ。あー、なるほど。弓で撃たなきゃいけないのか、これ。これ持ち物はリセットされないんだな。よし。お金いっぱい。ワインボトルあ、取れる。なんかあの花も取れそうな気がするな。でも登れないか。登れないな。あ、誰かいる。あ、ガレリウス、ここにいたの。
smile on you, brother. Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
正直に話すか。
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
昔の王様。
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
あんたはいい人だ。
Oh, That's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
いや、待って。
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now, what's on your mind? Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good and just get on with it, you know? I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as
人気ない
bad.
な。
Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
君立候補してみないか
I
い
bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. And that's good enough for me. Because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering around looking for some imaginary treasure. Now a magistrate accused him of being a thief. It's nonsense, of course. Dooley's the most harmless man you'll ever meet. But Sentius really has it in for
セ
him.
ンティウスもちょっと怪しいな。
And how could you... Oh, wait. You've seen it in another time loop, haven't you? Well, in that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus loses. Better yet, get him to withdraw altogether. If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate left, I'll run against him. Deal?
なるほど。
Alright, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
マレオラスを選挙から下ろせばいいんだな。でさっき黄金律が発動したのはマレオラスのせいっぽいな。道が覚えられない。こっち降りるとガレリウスがいるのか。ガレリウスで合ってるっけ。こっち行ってない気がするな。ん？ん？彼らの耳で彼が聞いてるわ。お、めっちゃお金あった。これ1000円足りるんじゃないか？いくら持ってんだ今。あ、1000円あるな。お？なんだここ。これは戻る道か。あ、はいはい。あ、これ使え？あ、これ下りしか使えないのか。ん？あ、ここって上の聖堂か？もしや。ここがシスターンってやつかな。 うわ、誰かいる。これ見つかったらやばいんかな。
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia.
新しい人
Welcome
出て
to
き
life under
た。
the golden rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We all need something to help us through times like these. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned. Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose. Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my
なんか
family
みん
and
な
I
火
fled
事
to
の
the
時に
Tiber,
ここに来たんだな。
hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place. Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me. Oh yes, of course. A slip of the tongue,
お、ちょっと怪しいな。
if you like. I'm afraid not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate. I hope it works out. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbors as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin? You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen.
何を見たの？
Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer. If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here. Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention. I wish I shared your faith. Please keep that to yourself.
Oh.
I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible. Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
あ、
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from
何
there.
どうしたの？
If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
わかったよ。
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire. I screwed up my life. That's what's wrong. I borrowed money, and when I couldn't pay it back, I wound up in debt bondage. I'll be stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis Malleolus for the rest of my life. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Oh, Pierce, no!
センティロ？あ、うっそー。
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb.
私のせいですかこれ。てか黄金律破られてないのこれ。
Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is
あ、
responsible
自
for it,
殺は大丈夫な
it
の？
isn't mine. That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what he wanted, moments after you arrived. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's
あ、
of
こ
his
こ
own
マレ
making,
ゴラスの
after
屋
all.
敷なのか。
And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
飛んで？あ、飛べる。あ、自殺したから黄金律破られなかったんじゃなくて、死んでないのか。行くぞ。 マレオラス。あ、マレオラスいた。
And now? Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless
あ、
or
瞳の色が違うってあれじゃん。
Why have you risked life and limb to see me?
あ、そう、こいつがクインティウスなのか。どれから聞こうかな。
I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here together, for better or worse. We're all going to have to make the best of it. I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today. I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny. By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule, it's a children's fable exploited by Sentius to frighten us into submission.
あ
Wait, don't tell me
あ、
you've
マレオ
fallen
ラスは黄
victim
金
to
律
that
なんてないと
monstrous
思ってるの
lie.
か。
The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the
ああ、
Golden
それでなんか
Rule is
証明しようとしてなんか犯罪をしたんだな。
Nonsense. There's no way you can prove that. If it was real and you'd seen someone break it, then you'd be dead already.
ーん。
Surely you're not one of those people who believes everything you read, as if a lie could be transformed into the truth by the simple act of writing it down?
What? Oh, I see what's happening here. Another poor, vulnerable soul taken in by Sentius's machinations. He won't get away with this much longer. I disagree. I'll be guided by what is best for the city's people, and that means giving them the freedom to do as they wish. True, but that is simply because you are mistaken.
クインティウスかどうかは最後にしよう。
You mean the children's fable exploited by Sentius to scare us all into doing what he wants? Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
殺す。
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden rule.
そうなんだ。
How could you possibly know that?
そのくだりをさっきやってたのか。どうしよう、嘘ついてみようかな。ドミティウスってこいつのあれか、手下か。虚勢、嘘。虚勢貼ってみるか。
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
あ、とっておきの会話してないんだけど。
Get out of my villa before I have Domitius throw you out.
あ、しまった。一番聞きたいやつ聞けなかった。うわー、やっちゃったな。強制なんて貼るもんじゃないな。てかさっき飛び降りた人どこ行った？死んだ？鍵がかかってる。なんかお金持ってそうだよな、この人。ユリアの自殺の一章。クラウディア。ユリアって誰だ？そんな人出てきたっけ？これ持っていけないのか。これどっから、あ、上か？しまったなぁ。さっさとあれ聞くべきだった。うわ。なんだこれ。鍵がかかってる。ちょっと待って、これどっから出るの？
Still here?
まだいるよ。
Get out of my
ダメ
villa
だ。
before
話を聞いてくれない。これどっから出んの？出口を教えてほしい。出口はどこでしょうか？
Still here?
出口どこ？
Still here?
え？それこっから出るのか？いや、出れないよな。いけないな。あったあった。やっちまった。前回のセーブから再開。
Thank you.
あ、こ
Thank
こから
you. I am delighted and
あ、ち
deeply
ょっと待
honored
って。
to have been
フレンドから
elected
メッ
your
セージ来てる。
magistrate. Yes, yes. Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored to be elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will fight. Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either well.
あ、また字幕サイズが。
I trust you can see through the door this time.
扉を通るすぐ横に鍵がある。あ、そうなの？それ言ってよ。字幕サイズがなぜか戻っちゃうな。鍵？あ、こん中ってこと？え？どこに鍵あんの？ここに鍵あるって言ってるけど。
You again. What is it now?
ちょっと待って、もう一
I
回教
trust
え
you
て。
can see yourself out. Through the door this time. There's a key just beside
す
it.
ぐ横に鍵がある。え？これ壺なかったこと？鍵？ああ、あるわ。わかんなかった。
Still here. You again. What is it now?
これ聞いちゃうか。
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis.
動揺してるな。
Confuse me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
あれ、押し切れなかったな。なんか足りないんかな。これ全部聞いてないことになってる、もしかして。
I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here to get...
ちょっと待って、一回全部聞こう。
I'm glad you asked. These good... I declare... Wait, don't tell me you... Nonsense. There's no way you can...
これも全部聞いて。
Sure. True, but that is simple. You mean... Are you in... Why would I with... Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the... How...
で、ここだよな。ここ間違えたかも。さっき虚勢貼ったんだよな。嘘ついてみるか。
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely
ああ、
sure
さっきと一緒になっ
Senjus
ちゃ
is
った。
involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him. Now...
ああ、さっきと一緒だな。でも鍵をゲットしたから、あの上の部屋入れるんじゃないか。お、いけるいける。誰だ？
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I am receiving strange men in private. My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much.
それはもっともだわ。
Preferably the way you came in, by which I mean, please leave. I think it's about to be broken if you don't hurry up and leave.
全然話聞いてくれないやん。
An intriguing proposition.
ああ、マリオラス嫌いなのこの人。
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that? You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me? To withdraw. Listen, I may not be Penelope to his Ulysses, but to ruin his plans to become a magistrate? You must think me quite mad.
嘘。
I've heard enough. Get out of here at once.
Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
なんてことを言うんだよ。あ、失敗したか。
Do I need to call Domitius? Get out.
あら。あらららら。あららららららら、どうしようかな。ちょっともう一回死に戻りしようかな。ゼロから始めるローマ生活。さらば。
Through the door this time? There's a key just be...
こっちマークを一回適用しないと戻っちゃうと。
Deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
I'm not supposed.
Talk.
I have preferred. I.
あれあ。
Finally, this is
あれか。
outrageous.
一回マレオラスと会話しないとあの選択肢出てこないっぽいな。
You again. Why?
これでしょ
How?
これだ。
Nonsense. This is nonsense. I don't know how you know about my
あ
plan.
あ、結局これになっちゃうのか。
Now,
まあでもこれでフラグが立つんじゃなかろうか。
Why are you still here?
あれ出ないな。
Get out before I have Domitius throw you.
あれなんであ、そうか。クインティウスの下りをやんないといけなかったのか。
get out of.
しまった。 もう一回だ。
Through the door this time? There's a key just beside it.
よし。あー、字幕サイズあれすんの忘れた。ちょっと待って。
I trust you can through.
もうこのバグ直して。
You again.
これこれこれ。
My name? You and I like. Unlikely.
これでいいかな。
I trust you through.
Thank you. I am excited and deeply honored to have been elected.
Talk.
あれ出ないな。
I think I have.
あ、来た来た来た。
Hmm. You know, some time ago, now I confront. I let it, but
で、これ一番上がダメだったんだよな。これだ。
oh, aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my husband would seethe with impotent rage if he overheard you say that. I love it. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me. I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be
ワイン
hard
壺
for
持
you
っ
to
てる
wrap
ぞ。
your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out? Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire election campaign, he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it. You mean, aside from the fact that I'm locked in this room, and Domitius is right outside the villa, because there's barely any left in the city. In fact, there's only one small urn, as far as I'm aware. And getting it won't be easy. So, you'll help me?
ワインそう持ってるんですよ、実は。
Thank you. Here's the letter.
名前間違える？
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius
Okay,
really
okay.
is.
火事起こしたのがあいつなのか。そんなこと書いてあったっけ？
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
どうしよう。どうしよう。ダメだ。
What? No. You You tricked me, you mendacious little stirkers.
Bye bye.
Curse you. I curse your life and mind and memory. May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths. This is outrageous.
なんとでも言うといいがや。なんとでも言いなさい。ちょっと待って、殺し屋が持ってた、これか。放火犯であり、殺人犯である。あ、本当だ、書いてあるわ。じゃあこいつが火を放ったんか。
Still here? You again. What is it now?
あれ
My name is Mark. You
ちょっと待
and
って、
I
選
like to think
択肢増えるか
unlikely.
あれちょっと待って。
My name. You and I like.
こっち選んでも一緒
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish. That's quite all right. We all make mistakes.
あれダメか
Are you insane? You barge into... Why would...
あ、これだ。
So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you... what? One of Nero's assassins?
いや、違う。
So, you're not going to kill me? So much work for nothing. Ugh. If I do it, you'll let me live?
いいでしょ
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal.
う。オーケーオッケ
There.
ー。
You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
やったぜ。
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
これでガレリウスが立候補してくれるはず。ん？あ、何？こっから登る方法もあった？もしかして。あ、ちょっとあの会話聞きたい。
That's surprising, but thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know.
いや、ついていこうかな。
Citizens, I have an announcement.
Fear is
Malleolus
proof of a
has
degenerate
withdrawn
mind.
his candidacy
ちょっと会話かぶせてこない
from
で。
today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
これこのまま
Fear is proof of a degenerate
セン
mind.
ティウスを政務官にするルートもありそうだな。ガレリウスいた場所ってどうやって行くんだっけな。ガレリウスは、あ、こっちだ。あ、違ったっけ？ここじゃなかったっけ？あ、いた。
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now, what's on your mind? He did? Oh, that was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do that. Well, I guess it's time for me to step up then. I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
OK。
All right, friend. Hope you find a way to...
これでガレリウスがおえ話せんの？こっちは話せないか。あ、卵取っていいのかな？なんかに使うんか？あれいなくなった。ああ、いや、エクイティアのとこ行くんか。これでいいのかな。
Fortune smile on you, brother.
Hmm. これ一応待った方がいいのかな。あ、この人話してない気がすんだよな。
Salve and welcome.
ファビア。
Need something?
なんか名前聞いたことあるな。
Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can. I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me. A fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am.
あ、記憶の欠録。ああ、確かに。
Oh yeah. I suppose you're right. Hadn't really thought about it. But the gods are mysterious and powerful. Who knows what their plans are for us? What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to get out already? Why not give the place a chance before you try to leave? Good people here. Galerius works hard on the farm so I can put food on our tables, and Lucretia tries to keep us healthy. My friend Georgius is always mending our clothes, and Virgil makes sure these old walls don't fall down around us. Well, he does his best. I'm just saying, there are worse places you could live out your days. Well, I can tell from your funny accent you're not from around here, but that doesn't mean you don't belong, does it? Oh, I try not to worry about it. I mean, if people are nice to each other, we won't have anything to worry about, will we?
Hmm?
Thanks. And I like your teeth. They're so white. And your clothes. Oh, I bet my friend Georgius would like to get a look at you. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the Golden Rule with you too. He'll be just across the forum in his shop.
お、あいつに恩子について聞いた方がいいんか。
Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again. So I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who.
ああ、バージルの
It was
店
too
に
dark.
落書
I
きした
called out
人
to them,
か。
but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch and the light glinted off something
ああ、
metallic.
鎧を着てる。
Armor, I think. So I suppose it could only be one of three people. Horatius, Domitius, or
ホラ
Rufius.
ティウス、ドミティウス、ルフィウス。ホラティウスって誰だ？
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
ふむ。あ、いた。
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling kind of nervous, but I'm hoping it'll all be worth it when I order Dooley's release. I just hope I'll have the votes I need. Now, what's on your mind?
All
right, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
これでもう鍵もらえたりしない？
Hello. Have we met before? My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always
この会話見た気がするな。
He gave me this key, and maybe all I remember is he said, "Now nobody looks after me." Hannibal said, "You're mean."
あ、やべ。しまった。ん？こっちはなんだ？ん？どこ？ん？これ入れ。暗い。あ、なんか書いてある。正気のない影がさまよっている奴らには肉も骨もない。これなんかおばあちゃんも言ってたな。これもなんか重要な言葉なんだろうな。きっと。どっちから来たこれ。お、登れる。あれ、誰かいるな。あ、
What are you doing here? Please leave.
怒られた。
I said please leave. You're trespassing.
話せないのか。 なんだ？フルート。あ、これ取れんのか。勝手に入ったら怒られた。あれ、出てた。この辺入り組んでるな。戻ってきた。どうしようかな。選挙を始めたいんだけど、エクイティアはどこに行った？
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Oh.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. My friend, your words in the...
でも聞いてるな、こいつに。
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how... Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, instead, she changed the... Innocent people died, but... So yes, we know this rule. If we are to survive, I say we must each keep the simple wisdom. Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. It does, doesn't it? For even if 99% of us, sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of men... It is not all bad, my friend, but on a lighter note, for all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make I hope that...
なんかさっきこっちで会話してる人いたな。
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
エクイティアどこ行った？ミコさんどこ行っちゃったんよ。こんなとこにいたわ。
A new face, Arve, and may Vesta.
選挙したいんですよね。あれ共通点そういえば新しいのなかったっけ？
I'm not sure why.
あ、これ。
That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else?
まだ足りないんかこれ。
Yes. What else? There are keep asking people how they wound up. Livia's fate.
まだダメか。お？
And did you notice anything? A pattern?
あれ？
Keep Livia's. It must be complete. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent. Why do you ask?
今すぐやろう。
I'm planning to hold it before dusk. Yes, I have. Very well.
OK。彼女が導くとか巫女がとか言ってるから、まあこいつがキーパーソンではあるんだろうな。
Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
あ、広場ってこっちのことか。みんな集まってきた。あ、話しかけたことない人いるかも。いねえか。いないな。で、みんな集まるの待つのか、これ。しまった。ああ、今話しかけられないのか。あ、この上なんかいけるな。めっちゃ金ある。これどうやって降りんの？あっぶな。
Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
Sentius.
あ、やばい。
Malleolus.
えなんでマリオラスえ、負けた選挙。
My fellow citizens, you've placed your trust in me once again. And
あれ
I vow that each day henceforth will be just like this one. And I will deliver.
You and your rival, whatever your name is, you're responsible for this, aren't you?
あ、バレた。
Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Shut up and let the magistrate speak.
Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Wait, I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity.
Huh?
You'll doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has
あ、こい
spoken.
つがホラティウス
I'm
か。
going to enjoy killing you, old man.
ああ、もう、最悪。
The sins of the one.
センティウス、ハエ足。頼む。やってくれ。初めてこのシーン見るな。おお。あれガレリウスを選挙で勝たせなきゃいけないのかな。
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
あー、どうしよう。忙しいにしちゃおうかな。
All right then. I'll get out of your way.
こっちってなんだ。あー、これあれか。あいつの屋敷に行く道か。これ今全部リセットされちゃってんのかな。どうなってるんだろう。 ドゥリを解放しなきゃいけないんだよな。ああ、これやるか。ウルピウス。ウルピウスって誰だ？リビアが奇妙な行動を取る理由を探し出す。そういえばそんな話もあったな。ああ、やっぱそうや。ガレリウスは勝てるようにしないといけないのか。あ、ウルピウスって死んだやつか。自殺を止める方法。センティラってまだ会ってないな、そういえば。一個ずつやるか。
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of
Fortune smile on you, brother.
Name's Rufius. No idea what you're talking about? Whatever.
こいつじゃなさそうだな。
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not? Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at...
あ、ウルピウス。まあいいや、先
Do I
に
seem
こっ
like
ち。
anonymous threats are my style? He's not here. Dunno. The little Caput murder escaped earlier this morning, while I was taking Yulia to the clinic. He can't have gone far, but if you find him, tell him the punishment he gets for coming back on his own won't be as bad as if I have to go looking for him.
これは
Just remember.
なんかのフラグが立ったかな。
What is it, citizen?
あ、こいつがもらっていいですか。
What? Absolutely not. I know someone's been threatening him.
みんな違うって言ってるな。
What business is that of yours? A lot of people have been looking for her. But it's been 3 weeks.
あ、センティラって行方不明の子か。
What makes you think you can do better? I suppose that's true. Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose.
なるほど。
Fine. All right. Please.
ん？これ何のマーカーだ？え？ホラティウスのチェスト。これ盗んだらやばいんだよな、多分。ホラティウスは魚礁が好きと。 あ、みんなの家ここにあるのか。
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
なんか証拠があればって感じか。
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
金しかない。あ、なんだ。セオフィラスはここで4人の娘と乱行したが誰一人満足させられなかった。セオフィラスって誰だっけ？死んじゃった娘だっけ？え？なんでこいつの家像があるの？罪人よ、これは最後の警告である。あ、ルフィウスがやってるってことか。弾痕かたどった魔除け。ルフィウスってあれか。無口なやつか。あいつがやってたんか。
You again.
もう分かったんだぞ。
No idea what you're talking about. Yes, so what? What are you going to do about it?
と。
And why should I? The one true God says that for man to lie with another man is an abomination. His presence here is a threat to us all. Well, I don't know. Maybe God hasn't noticed yet. But when he does, we're going to have a problem. There's only one true God. And he laid waste to Sodom and Gomorrah because of exactly this kind of thing. I don't like where this is going. I have no idea what you're talking about. And unless you want your jaw broken, I think it's best if you don't ever talk to me again.
あ、怒っちゃった。
I have nothing to say to you.
あれ？これダメ？これでバージルの問題解決してない？
Ah, a new face. Some people say it's divine. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. Which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you? Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. Good question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought.
なんか知ってそうだな、バージルも。
Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision. My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking. Nice to talk to you.
これあれかな。あれってかやっぱダメだったかあれ。どこへ？
I have nothing to.
ああ、選択肢間違えたっぽいな。
Isn't the great temple majestic? And it must be complete. It'll be between Sentius. I like the idea, but I know Galerius well, and his position has always been.
またこれマレゴラスあれしないといけないのか。
Only ever run if it was absolutely necessary to make sure Sentius wasn't re-elected. So, I suppose if you'd like to see.
なるほど。
See you again.
だからまたマレゴラスの屋敷に行かないといけないのか。こっから行けそうな感じなんだよな、でも。あ、行けんじゃん。ちょっと待って、あの手紙は持ってる？あれこれじゃない。あ、持ってるな。
Yes, thank you, I'm delighted and... Did you just scale the wall to my villa somehow? I must remember to have... Well...
お？センティロン失踪？
Of course not. But as I always say, if Sentius can't protect his daughter, how can we trust him to protect this city? Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check the cisterns beneath this.
屋敷の下にあるシスターン。
He saw a body there some weeks back. Of course, just to be clear, I take no responsibility for what happens to you down there. Are you insane? Why? So... Fine, I'll have to... There.
よし、これで OK。ドミティウス、シスターンって何なんだ？
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform...
あ、なんかロード入った。うえー、ちょっといるの聞いてないし。ああ、こっから登れんのか。一旦この辺を探索したい。月のペンダント。あ、これ誰の死体？センティア・ディフ。これがセンティアだかセンティラだか。の死体か？あ？ ちはなんだ。生き物の残骸。ん？あそこも行けるのか？あ、こっから上がれないのか。こっちもか。こういうこと？あー、バカ。よいしょ。よいしょ。おお、めっちゃお金ある。そんなもんかな。上行ってみるか。あ。いけんのこれ。お、いけた。誰かいる。え、捕まってんじゃん。
Who are you? Did he send you? Thank you, you're here. You have to help me before that monster comes back. I'm Scintilla.
こいつがセンティラか。
Through the gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever.
誰のこと言ってんだ。
He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key. Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
センティウスが黒幕なの？
No. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key. I'm going to take that key from around his neck.
いや、そんなことしたら黄金律が発動するんよ。
Cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out.
でもかわいそうだな、この人。
And we can escape together. There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say? これはどう？ There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never.
まあでもこれも一つのエンディングなのかな。解放してやろうじゃあ。
Thank you. Now follow. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
そんな。お、来た。
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
お前が黒幕だったんか。
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself.
Oh?
Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al.
Oh? ある? ここである出てくんの?
Come now. Surely you didn't
こい
think
つ
you
の
were
時
the
間
only
ループしてんの
one
か.
who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 4? Not many. But don't worry, I'm sure there'll be another useful idiot who comes along after you're dead. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Oh. センチラが
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this. But where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death. By reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust. Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Ah. ああ、やっぱ黄金律発動するよな。
I can open the gate. Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
何? お、帰ってきた。
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kind of rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla.
Scintillaは生き残ったんだ。
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again?
そう、未来は変わったってこと？
let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing. But I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following.
Scintilla.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this. I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape.
でも町の人みんなは助けられなかったってことだな、これ。
Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
ここが例のシスターンか。あるわ、こっちから来たの？あ、いけない。抜けた？入り口か、これ。こっちが水道橋に繋がってたんか。
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
これで一応一つのクリアではあるのか。待てよ、最初に出てきたカレンって女の人もなんかちょっと怪しいんだよな。
You're back, but you're alone.
なんかこの
Does that
人
mean you didn't find Al?
ローマにいなかった？違うか。
Ah, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait? Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look! Here he comes. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of... well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you...
Eh?
What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this. But I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Cynthia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, Their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can
なんか
do
悲
is
しい
move
ルートだなこれ。
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
わ、逃げた人っていうトロフィー。エンディング2。センチラの前から立ち去っていれば何人の命を救えただろうか。4ってのがトゥルーエンドっぽいな。1っていうエンディングは何だろうな。気になる。あ、これスキップできないの？あったあったあった。ん？あ、できたできた。ガレリウスを選挙で勝たせてみたいなルートだろうなとは。センティラを助けちゃいけなかったな。とりあえず今日は終わろうかな。